traders, and welcome back to my channel. This is the second time I'm filming this video because I forgot a very important book. So here is take two. So today's video I'm going to be talking about the books I want to read in February. So without further ado, let's just begin. So the first book that I want to get through, I'm not necessarily going to finish it in February, but I'm reading little bits at a time. It is the complete collection of H.P. Lovecraft. This guy is a heavy one, so I'm obviously not going to be getting through this big boy in February, but I'm going to read a little chunk of it. Yeah, so it's just all of H.P. Lovecraft's books that he's ever, or stories that he's ever written. Or once I reach the end of that book, I'm going to be making a YouTube video about my ratings and which ones I feel like you guys should read, or if any. So yeah, since it doesn't have a back synopsis, I do not have to read it. So yeah. Anyways, the first book that I want to read this month is Night Film by Marisha Pessel. This one I want to buddy read with my friend Megan over at Head Over Books. I told her that I wanted to, I'm slowly getting through my physical TBR, which right now I have 404 books that I haven't read yet on my physical TBR, and she's like, hey, I'm gonna read this book, do you want to read it with me? So we're gonna buddy read it this month. Yeah, let me read the back synopsis. Alright. On a damp October night, beautiful young Ashley Cordova is found dead in an abandoned warehouse in Lower Manhattan. Though her death is ruled a suicide, veteran investigative journalist Scott McGrath suspects otherwise. As he probes the strange circumstances surrounding Ashley's life and death, McGrath comes face to face with the legacy of her father, the legendary reclusive cult horror film director Stanislas Cordova, a man who hasn't been seen in public for more than 30 years. For McGrath, another death connected to this seemingly cursed family dynasty seems more than just a coincidence. Though much has been written about Cordova's dark and unsettling films, very little is known about the man himself. Driven by revenge, curiosity, and a need for the truth, McGrath, with the aid of two strangers, is drawn deeper and deeper into Cordova's eerie, hypnotic world. The last time he got close to exposing the director, McGrath lost his marriage and his career. This time he might lose even more. So that sounds very interesting, very spooky. Next book, sorry, I'm playing with my hair a lot because I wore a hat today and I have hat hair. They're real bad. This is just making it worse. It's fine. So the next book that I want to read is Eleanor and Park by Rainbow Rowell. So I will talk about, or read the back synopsis. I have read this book before when I was like 16. My friend recommended it to me and I really enjoyed it. So yeah, hopefully I still enjoy it. But here's the back synopsis. Eleanor, red hair, red hair, wrong clothes, standing behind him until he turns his head, lying beside him until he wakes up, making everyone else seem drabber and flatter, and never good enough. Eleanor. Park. He knows she'll love a song before he plays it for her. He laughs at her jokes before she even gets to the punchline. There's a place on his chest, just below his throat, that makes her want to keep promises. Park. Set over the course of one school year, this is the story of two star-crossed lovers, or star-crossed 16-year-olds, smart enough to know that first love almost never lasts, but brave and desperate enough to try. So sounds cute. I remember it being cute, and I'm excited to read that. Let's see. Next book that I want to read is a memoir, and it is Running with Scissors by Augustin Burroughs. So I'll read the back synopsis. Running with Scissors is the true story of a boy whose mother, a poet with delusions of Anne Sexton, gave him away to be raised by her unorthodox psychiatrist who bore a striking resemblance to Santa Claus. So at the age of 12, Burroughs finds himself amidst Victorian squalor, living with the doctor's bizarre family and befriending a pedophile who resides in the backyard shed. The story of an outlaw childhood where rules were unheard of and the Christmas tree stayed up all year round, when Valium was consumed like candy, and if things got dull, an electroshock therapy machine could provide entertainment. The funny, harrowing, and best-selling account of an ordinary boy's survival under the most extraordinary circumstances. So I'm very interested to read this. This one was recommended to me by a not-so-bookish YouTuber. Her name's Living Dead Girl, and she liked this book, so I was like, oh, I'm gonna read it, and I haven't yet. My sister read this, like a little bit into it, and she told me some things that were very scarring, but she's like, it's pretty good, so I'm gonna read it, especially since it's been on my shelves for quite a while. The part she told me about, though, might make me want to throw up. I'm just throwing it out there. But anyways, next book that I want to read is Finale by Becca Fitzpatrick. This is the last book in the Hush Hush series, so I'm not going to talk about the back synopsis. Just know that Hush Hush is about a girl who falls in love with a fallen angel. And yeah, I'm, if you're curious as to what my thoughts and opinions are, I'm going to be posting a vlog in my Vampire Vlogs series for me reading this book, or this book series. Yeah, if you want my thoughts and opinions. I'll be coming out in March, so next month, but yeah. Anyways, next book that I want to read is Annihilation by Jeff Vandermeer. I haven't read this, but I watched the movie, and it was amazing. So I heard that the Annihilation is pretty good too, and different from the movie, so very excited to read it. So here's the back synopsis. Area X has been cut off from the rest of the world for decades. Nature has reclaimed the last vestiges of human civilization. The first expedition returned with reports of a pristine Edenic landscape. The second expedition ended in mass suicide. The third in a hail of gunfire as its members turned on one another. The members of the 11th expedition returned as shadows of their former selves, and within weeks all had died of cancer. In Annihilation, the first volume of Jeff Vandermeer's Southern Reach trilogy, we join the 12th expedition. The group is made up of 4 women, an anthropologist, a surveyor, a psychologist, the de facto leader, and our narrator, a biologist. Their mission is to map the terrain, record all observations of their surroundings and of one another, and above all, avoid being contaminated by Area X itself. They arrive expecting the unexpected, and Area X delivers, but it's the surprises that came across the border with them and the secrets the expedition members are keeping from one another that changes everything. I'm honestly very excited to read this. Yeah, I love a good science fiction. I'm honestly, very much into science fiction and contemporaries, and also nonfiction. That's my go-to, yeah. So anyways, the last book that I want to read so far, I do have one special book, but the last book that I want to read that I have a choice of is Stephen King's The Dark Tower, the first one in the Dark Tower series, The Gunslinger. I wish that on the book cover it would say The Gunslinger in bold and then The Dark Tower down here. Instead it's the opposite, but anyways, it got confused for a second. It meaning me. I don't know why I said it. Here's the back synopsis. In a desolate reality, one that mirrors our own, it's in frightening ways, a lone and haunting figure known only as Roland makes his way across the endless sands in pursuit of a sinister, dark-robed mystery of a man. Roland is the last of his kind, a gunslinger, charged with protecting whatever goodness and light remains in his world. A world that moved on, as they say. And the only way he can possibly hope to save everything is to first outwit and confront this man in black, then make him divulge his many arcane secrets. For despite the countless miles he's already traversed, Roland knows these will merely be his initial steps on his spellbinding and soul-shattering quest to locate the mystical nexus of all worlds, all universes, the Dark Tower. Very excited to read this. Stephen King as an author is a hit or miss for me, 50-50 chance. I loved The Stand, but I didn't really love so much Pet Sematary or like his short story collection, Night Shift. And I liked Misery though, so it's like a hit win or miss, for me, but I'm very excited to read this. So anyways, that's all the books that I plan on reading this month, but if you've seen my first video for this year of TBR, you know that I not pre-selected, but I had a random number generator select all these books and I wrapped them. So I get to unwrap one book per month and see part of my TBR, I guess, with it. So this one is book 2, obviously. I don't know if you can see, but the big 2 on it, and it says 2, and then it says February, upside down. So I unwrap these on camera so you can see my reactions. Honestly, I don't know what books are which, I just was writing random numbers on it and stuff, and honestly forgot which ones I picked out, but anyways, without further ado, here it goes, dropping books here. Alright, this one is a Joe Nesbo book. So this one is Joe Nesbo's The Sun. So let me just throw the wrapping paper over there. But yeah, The Sun. I'll read the back synopsis. Let's see. Sonny Lofthouse is a strangely charismatic and complacent young man. He's been in prison for 12 years, nearly half his life. The inmates who seek out his uncanny abilities to soothe leave his cell feeling absolved. They don't know or care that Sonny has a serious heroin habit, or where or how he gets his uninterrupted supply of the drug, or that he's serving time for other people's crimes. Sonny took the first steps towards addiction when his father took his own life rather than face exposure as a corrupt cop. Now Sonny is a seemingly malleable center of a whole infrastructure of corruption. Prison staff, police, lawyers, a desperate priest, all of them focused on keeping him high and in jail, and all of them under the thumb of the twin, Hoslow's crime overlord. As long as Sonny gets his dope, he's happy to play the criminal and the prison's in-house savior. But when he learns a stunning, long-hidden secret concerning his father, he makes a brilliantly executed escape from prison and from the person he'd let himself become, and begins hunting down those responsible for the crimes against him. The darkly looming question is, who will get to him first, the criminals or the cops? So that sounds pretty interesting. If I'm honestly being honest here, just kidding. If I'm being honest here, like, I'm not as excited to read this, but I will try. I think I was gonna get rid of this when I unhauled a whole bunch of books, but I read like the first 2 or 4 pages or so, and I'm like, oh, this sounds interesting. But yeah, I'm not much of a crime person or thriller person reader as much. So yeah, I think I just saw Joe Nesbo and I was like, oh, I'm gonna pick it up. But and it was back when I wanted to read The Snowman, and now that I've DNF'd The Snowman, I'm like, I don't know, but I'll give it a try. If anything, I'll get rid of it. Yeah, anyways, not really sounding that bad or that great about it, but yeah, anyway. Alright guys, I'm cutting in here, because I honestly don't want to read The Sun by Joe Nesbo. It's not really sparking interest in me. I didn't even pick it up, and I don't feel like it. Plus, I don't know, if I'm not excited to read something, I don't think I want to read it. I have 404 other books I can read. So, also, I'm gonna mention, last clip you saw me, I didn't have a piercing, so I got a new piercing. Also, new tattoos. Literally got them done yesterday. So, also my finger, I swear, it's not crooked. It just looks a little crooked because the way my finger is. But yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna give this up, so it's no longer on my TBR, but I'm gonna pick out a new book. So I did a random number generator for my book, and I got bookshelf 1, shelf 1, and the number 24. So count with me. Okay, so this is bookshelf number 1. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 22, 23, 24. Okay, so I'm gonna read instead Here If You Need Me by Kate Brostrup. So pardon the hair, I just woke up. And my piercing keeps catching on my teeth because the bar is a little too long, but can't change it out until 2 months. But anyways, I will read the back synopsis for you. Here If You Need Me is a story of Kate Brostrup's remarkable journey from grief to faith to happiness as she holds her family together in the wake of her husband's death, as she pursues his dream of becoming a minister, and as she ultimately finds her calling as a chaplain to search and rescue workers. Her story is dramatic, funny, and deeply moving, an uplifting account of finding God through helping others and of the small miracles that happen every day when a heart is grateful and love is restored. So I'm very excited to read this. That cover, though, is beautiful. Yeah, so I'm gonna read this instead of the Sun. I'm gonna put this up on my Pingo books as well. Hopefully someone else can read it that will like it more than me, because honestly, I'm very picky when it comes to thriller books, mainly because I am not really a thriller reader, so yeah. Anyways, I just cut in, so yeah. Uh, that is all that I'm going to read this month. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Give me, comment down below. Sorry, I'm very tired. Comment down below what you are gonna plan on reading in February, and you know, if you've already started, what have you guys read? I'd love to know. And yeah, that's gonna be it for today. I hope you guys enjoyed, and have a good day. Bye.